Hey, welcome. So today we're going to talk about something that's, well, it's at the heart of everything, isn't it? Personal agency. That feeling that you're actually the one steering the ship of your own life.
So, let me just ask you this, and take a second to really think about it. Do you feel like you're in control of your life? Like, right now?
Or, and it's okay to be honest here, does it feel more like life is just happening to you? Like you're just along for the ride? If that feels familiar at all, trust me, you are in very, very good company.
All right, let's really get into this. Because that feeling of not being in control, it's not just, a bad day. It's actually way deeper than that. We're talking about what some might call one of the deepest wounds we can have. And it often comes from a time in our past when we really didn't have any power.
There's a term for it, a fractured sense of power. And the way it works is kind of fascinating, actually. Think about it. If you went through something really tough where you were completely helpless, especially when you were younger, your brain can sort of get stuck there. It creates this story, this deep down belief that just keeps playing on a loop. I have no control.
So, okay, how does that old echo of helplessness actually play out today? In our day-to-day lives? It's not always super obvious. In fact, it can show up in some really common everyday ways.
Take a look at these and see if any of them ring a bell. Like, ever feel totally trapped with no way out? Or maybe you're on the other side of the coin. You feel this need to control what other people are doing. It can even show up as just giving in all the time, just trying to keep the peace. And underneath all of that, there's this quiet struggle to just trust yourself. So when you look at a list like that, it's really easy to start beating yourself up, right? To see all these things as weaknesses. But hold on, this is probably the most important part of our whole chat today. We're going to reframe this, and it's a big one. Seriously, I want you to just let this land for a second. Read what's on the screen. None of this is weakness. It's not a character flaw. It is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. Okay, get this. Every single one of those things we just talked about, at one point in your life, it was a brilliant survival strategy. Seriously, it was a super smart way to deal with a situation where you had zero power. It made total sense back then. The only problem is that the software is just outdated. You're running an old program in a new life where you don't need it anymore. And just knowing that, well, that changes the whole game, doesn't it? It shifts us away from judging ourselves and moves us toward being curious. And from that place of curiosity, we can actually start to get our power back. And it all starts by asking a totally different kind of question. So instead of that old, tired question, why am I like this? We're going to start asking this. Where does my sense of power actually come from? That question, that's the key that unlocks everything. It yanks our focus out of the past and plants it firmly in the here and now, where we can actually do something. And the best part is there's a really simple, practical first step you can take. You don't need some huge, complicated plan. You just need to know where to start. And honestly, it's so much simpler than we think. Here it is. Super simple. Step 1, just ask yourself, where do I actually genuinely have control in my life right now? Let's just forget all the stuff you can't control for a sec. Then, step 2, name one thing. Just one. I'm serious. It can be tiny. Like what you decide to have for lunch, the song you're going to play next, your choice to just stand up and stretch. It can be that small. And you just start there. That's it. This whole thing isn't about fixing your entire life overnight. It's about finding one tiny little spot of solid ground that belongs to you and just planting your feet on it. That one little thing is the first brick in rebuilding, the whole structure of your life. So I'm going to leave you with that. When this is over, just take a minute. What's the one thing you control? Right now, today. Find it, name it, really feel it. Because that's your first step back home to yourself.